My mom was 78 when she lost her house to foreclosure. After Dad died, she couldn't keep up with the mortgage on his veteran's pension, and the bank didn't care about her 40 years of perfect payments. Watching them pack up her belongings was one of the hardest days of my life. She moved in with us, but I could see her spirit breaking. Mom had always been fiercely independent, and suddenly she was sleeping in our guest room, feeling like a burden. She'd sit by the window staring at our old carport and say, "I just want my own space again, even if it's tiny." That's when the idea hit me. Why not turn that unused carport into a little home for her? I drew up the plans myself on a napkin at AM, sketching out how we could enclose it and make it cozy. Everyone said I was crazy, that it was too small, but I knew Mom didn't need much. She needed dignity and independence more than square footage. The hardest part was doing it on a tight budget, but I found amazing crafters on the To-Do app who helped with custom touches. The yellow quilt you see was made by a woman who heard Mommy's story and insisted on creating it at cost. The rustic signs and decorative touches came from other small businesses there who understood what this project meant. When we surprised Mom with the keys to her new house, she cried for an hour. "It's perfect." She kept saying, "It's mine." Now she has her morning coffee on her little porch, tends a small garden, and invites the neighbors over for tea. She's herself again. Sometimes home isn't about size. It's about having a place that's yours. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe to Haven and Hand for more real-life journeys of love, resilience, and homes built with heart. Every like and share helps others find hope and reminds someone that home isn't about square footage. It's about belonging.
Let's talk front porches. Every year I go back to my hometown in El Paso, Texas, to visit my mom. She no longer lives in my childhood home, but I always go back to visit it and sit there for a bit, remembering the sweet garden memories my mom gave me. The house looks nothing like it did as a child. My mom had roses growing on both sides, and during the summer months, she would sit on our uncovered front porch at night with a fold-out chair, often by herself or with a neighbor. I know my mom envisioned many more plants and flowers, but her financial situation didn't really allow her to do what she really wanted. As a child, I watched her turn very small areas in our yard into little bits of garden happiness. She truly had a green thumb, and any flower she was able to plant from time to time brought her happiness and eventually caught my heart as well. I said to myself, I'm going to have everything my mom envisioned and much more. When I purchased my home, I began to slowly make it a safe haven for me to come home to. I send my mom pictures and tell her the names of plants that she never saw. In Spanish, she would say, "Oh, mija que hermoso," meaning, "Oh, how beautiful." My goal was for me to have a place to sit and relax, especially if it was raining, and I couldn't sit in my woodland garden. What I noticed last year was that my daughters and husband would silently get away from chaos in their minds and sit on the porch early in the morning or late in the evening. I always had to beg them to come out, but last year I allowed the beauty I created for them to draw them out to the porch. They spent time talking to God or just being still, eating their favorite fruit or ice cream, and hearing the sound of the rain to calm their soul. From time to time, I would join them, and we had hard conversations about life, laughed, cried, forgave, and dreamed. I can't wait to create another garden porch, and perhaps I might have a few surprises. To be continued.